Oh là, c'est fort. Ouais, mais c'est hyper fort quand même. Tu peux baisser un peu?
Par contre, on n'a pas le son de la vidéo. La vidéo, la musique.
1, 2.
Ça sort où? Elle est où la musique? Ah, ça marche.
1, 2. C'est hyper fort, non?
I don't know.
Ça me semble vachement fort.
Vas-y, teste, Seb.
Test, bienvenue.
Ah, toi, c'est bien.
Bienvenue.
Oh, il est parfait.
Ça va?
Ouais, toi, c'est bon.
Moi, c'est un peu fort, j'ai l'impression. Faut pas que je gueule. 1, 2.
3,
Test.
4.
Test, test.
Je trouve ça encore un peu fort, perso. Tu peux encore baisser?
I can try.
J'ai cru que t'as dit ta gueule.
Hi everyone,
Ouais, je crois que c'est mieux là, non? Ouais.
The lunch gonna start, so please take your piece of pizza. Bla bla bla. Please take a seat. C'est pour encourager les gens à venir s'installer. Please, there is many free places. Oh, thank you, Roman. You're always the best. Come on, Manu, there is free place just in front to illuminate. Hello, Daria. Hello, Baptiste. SQ Comedy Club will start, so come on. Il y a le timer qui va s'enfler là. Tu vois, t'as un timer. Ça fait 13 minutes que ça commence. Et si on le mettait sur pause et qu'on restartait? On peut faire ça, non? Comme ça, non? Je sais pas, ouais. Pas très grave. Là, les slides, ça marche. Ça c'est. Look at my. Come on, there is places just in front of us. Come on. On y va? Let's go. Ici, là, on peut encore mettre. Please take a seat. Come on. So, hi everyone, I think we can start. I hope you enjoy
can
the meal.
sit if you want.
The pizza.
There are many places here.
But there are, many places here, so please don't hesitate to come and sit just in front of us to look
Come
at
on, guys.
the team.
Don't be shy.
Okay, so why we are here today? Because finally, we just wanted to share more about the methodology team and what methodology team is doing. And what methodology is doing, it's all about, I would say, fostering collaboration and also fostering awareness. But, as usual, and I'm sure that many, like Sami knows me, I have some questions for you. Let's start with the Menti. So please take your phone, even if you have
Connect.
a pizza in the end.
Yeah, I know it's a
Scan
bit difficult.
the QR code.
Doesn't work?
Ça marche pas?
On l'a pas fait.
Vraiment? Si. Ben, vite fait. It's working?
Okay? Okay. You scared me. Okay, first question. Are you familiar with the agility? I'm an expert. Not only I'm using it on a daily basis, but I have the mindset too. I'm familiar and I apply it. I know about it, but I don't know how to apply it. I heard about it. Isn't this thing for tech guys? And what does it mean? Dog agility? The dog agility?
Nice, because we have 7% of people expert. Nice.
But we do have 70% that think it's about dog agility. Okay, so if you think it's about dog agility, no, sorry, we're not going to be talking about that today. Second question, truth or lie? Okay, there are three statements. Which ones are true? It could be one, two, or three of them. So agility is easy. Agility entails no planning. Agility requires rigor.
C'est toi qui aimes bien ça. Il y en a, alors, quand tu as une croix, ça veut dire que c'est pas bon, que c'est pas oui, merci.
Okay. Actually, agility is not easy. Seems to be easy in theory, but then in practice it's a bit more complicated. You're right, it doesn't mean that you don't have planning, because we still need planning. And yes, it does request a lot of rigor. So today, obviously, we're going to be talking more about agility as well. And yeah, I need to come back to the and but wait a little bit.
Okay, so before talking about agility, I think it's important to present myself because we are a successful company, and I'm sure that many of you don't know me.
Are there really people that don't know Edwige here?
I think yes.
You don't know Edwige? Okay, so please, Edwige.
Cool. Hello, Christopher. So my name is Edwige Fiaclou. I'm the head of Tech Talent and Methodology within the Software Engineering Department Tech Drive. And if I have to give a quote from me, diversity encourages challenge and creativity. Creativity drives to innovation, and innovation is the key ingredient for the success. This is what I think. So I want to answer to the first question that we asked to you about what agility is. And for that, I think I have an interesting parallel that maybe some of you will recognize themselves, I hope, about what agility is. Before becoming mother, I was sure that with my kids, everything will be perfect, under control.
They will be super obedient, say, yes, mommy, you're right. I'm going to do that, that, and that. But when at 2 o'clock, your baby is not sleeping, or even when your daughter decides to go outside during the winter with sandals, I think something is wrong. It's not, the prediction or the plan you had. Or even more, when your daughter starts painting on the wall, thinking that it's a whiteboard. I see that some parents maybe already face that situation. But in fact, for me, parenthood is similar to be agile, in the sense that you have to be flexible, yeah, like, okay, how to manage that daughter that want to go out with the sandals, okay, I have to explain that it's cold outside, or also sometimes transparent, trying to continuously improve and learn. I have to keep control. I have to be resilient sometimes. Keep control. She wants to go out. We will be late at school. This kind of situation, And also collaborate. And in fact, being agile, it's all about that. Resilience, adaptability, transparency, continuous improvement, resilience again, and collaboration. A methodology team is basically working on that. To work on that, we have 3 axes, 3 ways to introduce agility within, I would say, even Swissquote. The first is the mindset, thanks to agile and methodology coaching. And later, Laetitia and Sébastien will present you more about that. You have the technical program management. Antonio will explain. And the last part is the governance, because we are all enablers. We are all working on the same company, and we can all provide these small pieces of the vision to make this company grow. But basically, to spread this agility, we decided 1.5 years ago to select just a framework, but a specific framework, a framework that was not prescriptive. This framework, hybrid framework, is a toolbox, in fact, and is called Discipline Agile. It comes from the PMI, so Project Management Institute. And why we selected that toolbox? Because if you check, the 7 principles from DA are fitting the value of Swissquote, okay? The Be Awesome, that is similar to the Dare to be Different, in the sense that we are all game changer. This company is game changer in the financial world. Champion the customer, because we are client-centric. Unit as one. Unit as one, that is really focusing on choice is good. No, wait, choice is good. In pursuit of excellence, because we have this mindset of continuously improve, do the right thing, and always say how it is. But additionally, we integrate a new value thanks to Discipline Agile, that is the context count. What is the context count? We are all different. We all have different contexts in our team. From the legal or the trading, we don't have the same process, we don't have the same pressure, we don't have the same load in terms of work. It's totally different. So that's why we wanted also to take into consideration the context of everyone, every department, everyone here at Swissquote. So now I think we can start. So here, the speaker of today, we have Laetitia, that is Agile coach, and if she has something to say, it's always that with collective intelligence, you have it all. Sébastien, Agile coach and metrics master, sorry. Always think that with good data and mindset, you can reach great goals. And the last speaker that will join me, Antonio, please, you can present yourself.
Yeah, you have my mic. You have this. Cool. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Would like to start my part from the motto that I chose, if you see below my picture, when I was young. To go far, we need to go all together. I like this because to me, represents the mindset and the essence of the program management, because it's about having multiple teams that work all together at the same time, coordinated way, sharing a common vision, and working together to achieve a common goal. But what is program management in essence? Why we need it and when especially? To give a short definition, we may say that from the standards of the PMI, program management is basically the coordination of related projects, small related project within the same governance of a process, like for example for the planning, resource allocation management, and risk management. Sometimes we might have some endeavor which are quite big and sometimes also complex, but still the scope is so big that can be broken down in small chunk of what we call project. And sometimes we also might have large team that we can organize in eventually in team of team, which are required to build all together a single product. And finally, well, we might need to coordinate and integrate the work from multiple team and several departments. And lately, program metrics can allow us to track the progress toward the achievement of a strategic objective. We have a couple of examples of program for which methodology today is in charge of the coordination. You may see this one, you may recognize that we have been bothering people around for 1 year almost. Strategic tech goal migration is about ensuring the operational capabilities and the reliability of the bank. It comes with the intent of reducing the operational cost and the risk that comes with the obsolescence of the technology and the stack and the infrastructure. With the objective that we aim to decommission the legacy that we have in the infrastructure and the technology that we use, that beside of that, it may entail also the loss of official support, which is quite risky for the operation. And it also aimed to upgrade the existing infrastructure, but also decommission the existing one. You may see some example. We have Oracle upgrade, we have the decommissioning of JMS broker, replaced by RabbitMQ, top of the stack, and Active Batch. But it comes also with some challenges. We have, for example, 7 departments involved. We have more than 35 teams, if I'm not mistaken, between IT and the dev part, with more than 500 applications involved, from Oracle migration and then Solaris and JMS. And finally, SCS migration. I have been working on it specifically with the Delta, which is a task force of specialists. We have some representative here today. Is about moving from the tight chain of microservices we have in the software architecture today to a self-contained system architecture. For those who doesn't know what is SCS, well, self-contained system intend to have application or system where the business logic and the data are segregated by business domain. Correct me if I'm wrong, Roman. It's okay. This will allow actually to improve the overall resilience, the application scalability and autonomy, but also allow the team to easily and quickly onboard new business requests and functionality on the application. So the objective finally is to move toward the full adoption of SCS architecture, and sometimes it may entail also the redesign of the domain model, because we need to reorganize the data. We need to get rid of those legacy tables that we have shared between different legacy artifacts and different teams. A lot of challenges also here, represented by more than 25 teams and more than 20 years of legacy. As I said a while ago, we have legacy artifact, we have legacy tables since more than 20 years. Like, to give you one, is a user transaction shared by multiple team and artifact. We need to really get rid of it. The focus, sorry, the focus so far has been on the brokerage SCS, which intend to replace the legacy system of booking today with the new SCS infrastructure. And recently, with the help of Delta, we finally achieved an important milestone that was the integration of a new platform on the SCS, Was a great job done by the team. While the focus next year will be on the integration of the trading platform with some workflow, business workflow that we already identified. First of all, is the recurring orders in scope of fractional trading. And finally, maybe a few words before closing, leaving the words to Letizia. Program management comes from the standard of the PMI, Project Management Institute, but it's also in the discipline Agile Toolkit, a specific function that is part of the value stream. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio. Okay, I'm going to talk a bit more about Discipline Agile and the adoption and how it is. First of all, coming back to this toolbox that Edwige was talking about, what is interesting and the beauty of it, if I can say that like this, is that Discipline Agile is not only addressing the delivery part, so the software engineers, but the full company. Okay, here you can see in this diagram, we have the sales, the marketing, we have even people management. The idea is to have really a framework, well, an hybrid framework, in this case, addressing the full company, and it's at scale. All right. So how we started with this DA adoption? First of all, well, a lot of communication, a lot of training. First of all, to the senior leadership, okay, and then we address two core concepts of Discipline Agile, which is choose your WOW, so way of working, and the value stream. All right. For the 100, forgot to mention, it was because today we've actually trained more than 100 participants. So talking about choose your word. So this workshop was actually giving tools, a tool, and even criteria for people to decide which methodology they wanted to use in their team, okay? Are we gonna be using Kanban? Are we gonna be using Scrum? Well, in this workshop, we were giving some tips, not only tips, really tools and criteria. In Discipline Agile, we have as well what we call the DA browser. Okay, it's a browser, it's actually a website. Everybody can go, it's for free, okay? And it's full of practices coming from many, many different methodologies, okay? Do you have a problem of estimation? Do you have a problem of planning? Do you have a problem to prioritize? You can go and find some good practices in there, right? And not only for the delivery team, so not only for the software engineers. Actually, there are many practices that we've been using as well with other departments. But Discipline Agile is not only about processes, it's as well about people, about the feeling, meaning that if you want people to be efficient and to collaborate, you need to put the right environment in place. Trust, psychological safety, okay? So, and that's how you're gonna be able to use the collective intelligence of people, all right? And so methodology team is actually fostering this free thinking environment where people can share together, share their ideas, and talk and speak.
My turn? Oh, thank you, just this one. So thank you, Laetitia. Hello, everyone. So the first leg that Laetitia presented of our strategy to promote Discipline Agile is about workshops focused on Discipline Agile concepts. But there's another leg to that, which is about immersions. So we have the possibility at Methodology to help teams that have specific problems in processes that they want to address. So team can come to us basically and give us a request, and based on this request, we'll analyze what is the need, and we'll draft a strategy, an intervention strategy, basically. And generally, this intervention strategy will start with a deep immersion in the team, where we'll follow up the team within all their processes and ceremonies, and we'll observe and note potential improvement or way of working that are not adequate, and from that we'll draft a recommendation plan that we'll give to the team. Depending on how heavy are the changes in this recommendation plan, we may provide supplementary training, really focused on the aspect that the team needs to grow on. So when we do these immersions, it's really important for us to come with different posture. The first posture that we will use, because as Laetitia mentioned, psychological safety is critical to us, is that we really come as a body. We don't come to judge people, we come here to help. So we will try to put in place this psychological safety atmosphere so that we can really understand what is ongoing within the team. Then the next step, once we have brought this confidence and put it in place, is to be able to act as an assessor, give the perspective of methodology of our expertise, but also the perspective of someone who is just external to the processes ongoing. And finally, we will act as instructor to try to help team or people grow in aspects where they may benefit in growing to improve the processes. And with the ultimate goal being to coach people actually so that they have these reflexes of continuous improvement and self-learning, using and leveraging all the tooling that is provided by Discipline Agile, like the Discipline Agile browser, for example. As an example of two interventions that we did, we see here this picture. So on the left side, the first intervention, which was quite a big one, the main focus was to help team improve predictability. So to do this, we started from Discipline Agile concept, which is the choose your way of working. More specifically, the choose your life cycle, which is about the deliveries life cycle, the rhythm of the delivery team, basically. And this helped us to bring confidence within the team, whether Scrum or Kanban was more relevant according to the context they were facing. And along this journey, we had to go through other concepts related to the Agile world, like Agile planning, metrics, and tracking of the Agile performance. For the second intervention that we did on the right side in orange, it was a more lightweight one, where we nevertheless also leverage some aspect tooling from Discipline Agile, like the process tailoring, which is another more focused way of choosing your way of working to address specific concerns and specific problems. And we also did a quite heavy immersion to understand how suboptimal the Scrum ceremonies were and where they had to be improved. And we put a little focus on also in terms of team development by introducing some elements, some aspect of how to bring teams into high-performing teams.
So let's talk about this second tool, so the value stream. So we had other workshops around that. So what is the value stream? It's actually the workflow, the different steps that you are taking to do your work. And what it's important there is to make visible the invisible. Because by doing that, you start to see where are the pain points, where do you have some waste that you can reduce, and to see how we can better collaborate, maybe with other team, with other departments, and in a way to accelerate the value delivery. And not only that, is the idea obviously to increase the customer satisfaction. How? Because the value stream start with the customer and end with the customer, okay? And here you can see within Discipline Agile how is this diagram. And in a way or another, everybody is contributing to this value stream, okay? And we have all, as a matter in mind, the success and the value delivery for the client. Little example, Netflix. Take, for example, Netflix, okay? Sure that you all know Netflix. By the way, I've been looking to a new series, not really new, but I don't know if you know Painkiller. Quite good one, I recommend. But nevertheless, Netflix, they actually used this value stream mapping, and they could improve their revenue by more than 20%. If you're interested, don't hesitate to come to us. We've been reading a little bit, well, at Vish, most of all, actually. And so it's pretty interesting as a concept. But how and what did we do internally? Actually, we started the same exercise. And what we did is that now with the new organization coming, so you know the product analyst joining the SWA platform, we said, okay, it's time to do the exercise and create a new organization. So we took Org V3. Yeah, I know the name is not sexy, and now it's Org V4. Well, we're not going in the right direction with the name. But and from there we did the KISS, which is not stand for keep it simple, stupid, but for keep, improve, start, and stop. So we just had a look and say, okay, what is working well? What do we need to change? And for them, we took some action and we prioritize. We've been working on the roles and responsibility, on the interaction, on these different steps to reduce the waste as well, and to accelerate the value delivery, okay, of the project life cycle. How are we doing that? We have 3 groups. the core group, which is the work group with 9 people, different profiles, product analyst, delivery manager, software engineer, associate directors, okay? And they are actually working and building this future organization. Aside, we have the feedback group, so they're reviewing what the main group is doing to give their comments, and we have the leadership group as well, giving their feedback and obviously validating. Our role as a methodology team there, it's obviously is to facilitate the workshop, but to give guidance and making sure that today we are matching with Discipline Agile.
So talking about guidance, it's now time to introduce to you our methodology radar. So we thought that there was an opportunity here for us to build something a little more advanced than what the DA browser is proposing, and more contextualized according to what we're facing at Swisscode. So what is it? It's a database of techniques, approach, frameworks, tools that is here to provide guidance, and that will bring you more information about SQ-specific context and help you in sharing feedback, be it good lessons learned or bad lessons learned, and foster continuous learning. And if anyone is wondering, the image on the left is not a photo of Christopher, our famous Christopher at trading department, but of Nikola Tesla.
Hey, you didn't tell us that you had some parents from Nikola Tesla.
So let's switch to a live demonstration of the methodology radar. So this is how it looks like. It's an interactive tool that is visible as a radar. So 4 quadrants, which represents categories: frameworks, life cycles and methodologies, agile techniques and practices, efficient collaboration and leadership, and project management techniques and practices. And then you have blips on this radar that represent each of them a singular technique or approach. And they are organized by rings, so going from the outer ring being those that we have the least amount of confidence that they are relevant in Swisscode context, to the center, which has those that we either recommend strongly to adopt or that are already in place. So if you hover any of the point, then you have the name, and obviously you can click on anything, like here, delegation poker, you have much more information. You also have a kind of overview here, some filters by categories that you can use, and a search feature that is quite nice and make it greatly interactive to find different things according to keywords. So this is really meant not only for tech department, but for any department in Swisscode. We really hope that we can make this grow over the time and bring useful information to any people in the company. So if I click, for example, on BPMN, Business Process Model Annotation, the structure of the blip is a short description to give you a first glimpse of what it is. Then we have feedback from methodology, so how we have assessed it, and let's say condensed feedback on what is our opinion on it. And then you may have a section called internal teams feedback, where we will put some more information of people who are using it in Swisscode, the context that they're trying to address with this technique, and eventually pros and cons that they have noted while using it. And you have an overview of some trade-offs here, and some links to either internal documentation created by methodology or external documentation. So just here, you just see a blip that is about WSGF and the feedback from Carl Yuan, because we actually helped put in place WSGF, a weighted shortest job first, as a prioritization technique to help teams prioritize which business evolutions were the most important to develop first.
And so coming back to BPMN, so here is actually the outcome of one of the workshops that we've been doing. And it was an intervention for debit card. Actually, Valérie, that sits here today, and came to us and said, okay, we are launching the Swissquote debit card, and we are launched already in the past, so the U, we need to see, because we need to improve, and roles and responsibility may not be clear, workflow is not clear, so okay. So we came with this idea of the BPMN, and we did it together. So we did 2 workshops. We had 7 teams, not 7 teams, sorry, 7 people from 7 teams, not all the full teams, too many people. But so 7 teams involved, so 7 people, and they together built this workflow, okay? And what it was interesting is that in just 4 hours, they could come out with already more than 10 actions, things that they point out that they need to improve. There were some misunderstanding, even though people were not aware, each of the department were not aware, for example, of the full workflow. So they had the full picture of it. So that was one of the examples for the BPMN, for example.
So we are close to the end, no worry. So just to conclude what methodology can bring to you, it's this awareness, for sure, agile awareness, guidance in terms of project, program management, tools and practices for your context, also prepare for you a free thinking environment, sharing settings, having stronger collaboration, visibility of your work, greater customers and customer happy, basically. But I think that now it's time to go back to the Menti. And the question is, would you like to be supported by methodology team to become more agile?
It's not mandatory, yeah? Just to know.
Yes or no?
Oh, thank you for the hearts.
But please feel free to use the methodology radar, whatever your department, your team, and feel free also to come to us and ask us how to use it if you want to know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Also, just about the radar, feel free to come to us also if you think that you are using approaches that we are not aware of and that would benefit the company. Yeah. It's not only about providing guidance top-down, it's bottom-up as well.
360.
Okay,
so I think we do have still job.
Yes, we have a lot of job. Next question. How the methodology team could support you if you have some ideas, if you already have some question. No question?
No, you need to give time for people to write down because they have a lot of things to ask.
Cool. Could be nice to have a follow-up. I know who. Yes, right. It's already scheduled to come back. Yes. The second point, maybe I can let you answer. Act as an external observer.
Well, I'm not sure it's really a question.
It's kind of a way. But
yeah, and support people.
No problem.
Yeah, it's what we try to do anyways. Like whenever we do an intervention, we first try to really act as an objective external observer and to be as empowering as possible. But then, yeah, maybe in the future we may have opportunity to even hopefully detect that some help is needed without necessarily the team coming to ask us.
About having training, this is just the awareness. So I see that people coming from other departments like finance, we have plenty of good practices, maybe support for you. So don't hesitate to just drop an email. We can redirect you to the page and maybe it will provide some good ideas and Who knows? Okay, thank you for all those lesson training in TTA. Yeah, this is already the case. In TTA, we already introduced the discipline agile training.
Actually, there's a new module coming with more basic stuff around Scrum, Kanban, metrics, and so on that I'm supposed to deliver today. I'm a little bit late, so it may be tomorrow.
VPM and, no, sorry, I think it's not VPM and problems.
VPM
for the process, maybe for the workflow. Yeah, why not behind for the workflow? Not for the technical part, but for the workflow, maybe. Okay, so thank you very much. We're gonna be reading that in any case, and don't hesitate to come to us.
Perfect. So that's time for the questions. Do you have some question? You can drop your question on the chat,
or if you
even
want,
here
prefer
in
you raise your hand.
Orally, we are Agile.
No question? No question online? Samuel, you see something? Okay, perfect. So in this case, thank you very much for joining us today. We wish you a really good afternoon and see you soon. And don't hesitate to come to us if you need help. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Should we apply it to a real project? This is an interesting question because, yes, Discipline Agile is basically a way to manage projects, okay? Provide a lot of stuff, whatever the project you are managing, because you know that you can be in facilities and having a project to manage. So basically, in Discipline Agile, you have some techniques to help you to manage projects.
For OGV4, beginning of January. We're going to have more information.
Better name for OGV4, please feel free to propose some good name. Thank you.